When it's dark and cold outside in the morning, all you want is to wrap yourself up in a blanket and sleep until noon. Unless you have a cat. I don't know how, but his alarm clock is also set for 6, so I guess we are both lucky. When I have that minute for myself, I visualize everything that's meant to happen today. If it's something pleasant, I get happy as if it's already happened. And if it's something difficult, I tune myself into believing that I'll handle it. This is my little trick to get some extra energy, because lately I skip my coffee. Hi witches and wizards, and welcome to my cozy classroom. For new students here, I'm Sophie, professor of practical magic, and here we learn spells to live softer and happier lives. This year I moved to Canada, and since I've just moved, I honestly don't have that many Christmassy decorations yet. That's all I have, all you can see, but the rest of the house is empty. I decided that I want to focus on wintering and learning to enjoy simple, cold, snowy winter days, because here winter lasts until April and I can't just hide and hate the season. I have to love it because it's also beautiful, even though I really miss sunny days. So take my hand and let's operate straight to that simple little winter day, baking cookies, reading books, doing my little favorite things, and just learning to enjoy winter as it is. Do you know why my PJs have bears on them? Because I associate ordinary winter days with hibernation and bears. I always try to observe how nature works, because it's the best teacher. What blooms in summer falls asleep in winter. To me, that doesn't mean we have to be unproductive or sleep all day. It simply means this is the perfect time to make peace with yourself, refuel your inner world, and get ready to bloom later. That's why I journal way more often during winter. If you like journaling like I do, I made beautiful stickers for you. You can find them in my Etsy shop called Ozorowitch. This is my winter collection, and the link to my shop is in the description to this video. You know, let's go outside. It's finally snowing and I'm so excited to see my first snow in Canada since I arrived to Nova Scotia. It's funny. The older I get, the more I understand that magic isn't in spells or potions. It's in things like watching your breath turn into mist. Winter walks aren't as dreamy as spring blooms, but they have their own peace. Fresh air, snow crunching under your boots, cozy houses glowing behind windows. I never forget to play and be a child. I'm proud I never grew up into a boring adult. I can build a snowman, make snow angels or snow ghosts, and when I come back to work, I still feel a responsible adult, just with slightly colder fingers. After the cold, home feels like a cocoon, way cozier than before the walk. That's actually the main ingredient of hygge. You start to enjoy your warm drink and blanket on another level. I love those days when all I have to decide is what book I'm going to read. I hope you can see me. I got these books, illustrated Harry Potter edition, for my birthday one day, and I decided that I will be reading them one by one every December. But this year I got another gift, this book, and my husband is currently reading Murdoch, which is the fifth book in the series, and I decided to jump in and to read together, to be in the same universe kind of. And look, it's also snowy, it's really nice, and I'm really excited because, you know, how can you not be excited about dragons? I'm gonna tell you a secret. We, witches, we read a little differently from muggles. We are seasonal readers. We choose books that match the mood of winter, that snow outside, the hopelessness, the bitter cold, or the festive cheer, and we absorb a little power with every page. I went through my Goodreads and picked 15 of my favorite winter books. So I thought I would start with the warm, comforting ones and then gradually move towards the darker, more thrilling reads. First, Captain Obvious, it's Harry Potter and Narnia worlds. And if you are not into fantasy worlds, I have something equally cozy and a little bit more intimate. I think that Little Woman is just perfect for that. The story begins as the girls prepare for Christmas, and I love how it captures that non-commercial, old-fashioned Christmas. Winter is also perfect time for fairy tales, and my favorite kid stories are The Snow Queen, The Nutcracker, and of course The Christmas Carol. This year I also read Christmas Pig. It's about a boy whose toy is thrown out of the car window by his sister and all the adventures that follow. And I even got a little teary reading it. If you like a modern twist, I would recommend you to look through some Frederick Backman's books. First book, Breed Mary Was Here. It starts with an older woman, cleaning perfectionist, leaving her husband and moving to a tiny town where she has to figure out her life on her own from scratch. Another book, Anxious People, kicks off on New Year's Eve when a bunch of strangers come to look at an apartment and end up taken hostage. I laughed, I was touched by both books, and if you're tired of fantasy worlds, if there is any chance, or if you were looking for something really simple and easy read for a winter evening, that's a perfect book and I highly recommend you to check it out. For extra Christmas magic, there is a Red Bird Christmas. It's a very sweet story about an old man who realizes he doesn't have much left and he decides to go on vacation. Alright, let's talk about those darker books. I can recommend you two books by Stephen King. It's The Shining and Misery. They are perfect for really snowy days, cold days, perfect companions for that. A married couple with young son takes a winter caretaker job in an isolated hotel, completely cut off by snow until spring. And the story is really terrifying. They can't escape from that place, of course, because of the snow, but there is a comforting character that I really liked. I hope I remember his name correctly. It's Dick Halloran, the hotel's cook. He's so sweet. And another book, not so sweet. Actually, it's the ugliest book I've ever read. Misery starts with a car crash and a man rescued by a woman who turns out to be his obsessed fan, maybe a little bit too obsessed, and he can't walk. So that's it. That's all I wanted to tell you about that book. And finally, if you want something intense and gripping, there is Into Thin Air. I would never climb it myself, but I was always curious about the process of climbing Everest, about all the camps there, and it was really interesting from that point. I didn't include any poppy modern Christmas books. I rarely give them a chance because they usually bore me. But if you know a Christmas book that is set in the modern world and it's really Christmassy but also is really gripping, please share in the comments. I want to read it. I want to have that in my collection too. I gotta go. Dinner is ready. Winter is also about comfort food, warm, simple meals. And food has always been like that. In the old days, it was the center of every gathering, and I still feel that. Food isn't just fuel, it's something you share love through. It warms you up, brings people to the table, lets you talk, take care of each other, share stories, feel a part of a family. I'm so full, but I still want to make those cookies anyways because I have plans. So let me just jump out of my PJs real quick. Out of all the cookies, I chose gingerbread ones because it's December. I love baking way more than cooking. All those textures, colors, scents. I feel like an artist mixing paints. The only thing, it takes much longer than the recipe says. Because I eat something, basically I eat half of the ingredients, and I dance in the kitchen. And almost always I mess up. This time I forgot that the egg doesn't go straight into the honey pot. But she doesn't know that yet. Oh, now she knows. Oops. I have to pull it out because I don't want to boil my egg. Let's pretend you didn't see that. Oh, obliviate, 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 obliviate. Yikes. You know, I always dreamt of being a Molly Weasley, like to know how to bake every single recipe, how to make house smell like heaven. And one day it just hit me, if I want to become her, I just have to start. I have to start now. And I'm trying. Last summer I did my first lettuce pie and it looked perfect, like from Pinterest board. But one moment later I decided that it needs to be a little bit more brown. And I put it back in the oven. I turn on broiling option for 2 minutes and it was completely black and smoking. You know, but I still enjoyed the process. I still enjoyed doing that because I know why I'm doing that. Because I want to make something nice for myself. Because I want to spoil my friends. Because I want to create warmth for my husband. And you know, it's not a big deal that my cake burned. We scrapped the top, we left, we had fun. And that's exactly how you can get anything in life, anything. Exactly how you can learn anything. Just by keeping a good heart, staying positive. I mean, who cares? And just by knowing your why you're doing something, you can grow into a person you once only dreamed of becoming. Just that simple. Not very simple. Okay, I think it's time to mix with my hands. I need to wash them. Alright, the best part. For today's cookies, I chose those gingerbread houses because I thought day off at home, so it should be perfect. And as I bake these cookies, I'm wishing that your home is filled with peace, with love, with good health, happiness, and everyone in your house is loved and safe. Okay, let's go. Are you ready? I think the perfect plan for the night would be watch a movie. Maybe it's ordinary and predictable, but I love my ordinary life. I think I like this little life. Remember that song? I even like that feeling like I'm living in Groundhog Day. Should I watch Groundhog Day tonight? Last year I had that huge Christmas marathon in my life and I decided to watch all the movies I could find, so I've seen around 30 or 40 movies. Crazy. And after that I decided to make a post on Instagram. It's really beautiful. It's probably one of the most saved posts on my Instagram and I'm not surprised. So go ahead and find the link in the description to this video, to that post. I just don't want to repeat myself because it's already nicely arranged. You know, I never liked the 1st of January because it feels like something amazing is over. It feels bad. Okay, no, the 1st of January feels bad in most cases because of a hangover. I mean, the 2nd of January feels sad. I want with all my heart to love simple days. I know they will never be as shiny as holidays, but they never have to be. We like to say that winter time used to be nice back in the good old days, and we usually think of childhood or youth. I always wanted to return that magic back, and recently I found the right phrase. Right now, wherever you are, no matter if it's a day or night, winter or summer, look at your calendar. Whatever day it is, this is the good old day that you'll one day think about.